Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Ghetto vlog. We are kicking it off on a road trip and I'm very excited about today. First stop on the trip is Doncaster Toy Fair. Never been to this toy fair before, so yeah, it's always nice. You never know what you're going to find. I'm riding with Kev, his friend Joff, and we're going to be linking up with Theo and Bent Legs from Slimehouse TV. With Mini Ghetto's imminent arrival, this is probably my last big day out, so yeah, I'm going to have to make it a good one. Let's go. Right, I've made it. Doncaster Racecourse, Slimehouse TV, Bent Legs. Let's go. You want the cap, didn't you? Here's one for you. Yeah, great. I can see you wearing that.
Be in the car park, changing everyone's tires.
So you're a Star Wars guy, Kev? You've got all these.
Yeah.
Is it just sort of like the more expensive ones that you don't have? Like?
There's only a few that I don't have. And yeah, they're all the expensive, more pricey ones.
I had Bebop and Rocksteady as a kid, you see. But last time I bought a Bebop and a Rocksteady, it ended up growing into more. So that's why I sold them all. My plan was to buy just them, and then before I knew it, I had like 8 turtles that I never had as a kid. Yeah. So anybody let me know if you want to see me and Theo in Japan, because we're talking about...
We're going to Japan. 100% we're going to Japan.
He's telling my missus, that's for telling the missus right there. You coming back, Legs?
Why not? Nothing else.
You're the
do,
kaiju
right?
guy, aren't you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, check the diary. But yeah, man, we're going to Japan. Not next year, maybe year 2025, yeah?
You better than Stafford, won't it?
I don't know. £110 for that? Wow.
With each individual claw, those claws are worth anywhere between 15 to about 30 quid each.
That's awesome.
Bonkers, isn't it?
Crazy. I collect the, I'm trying to build like a Roman army.
They're expensive.
Yeah,
about 20
very,
quid a pop.
very. I didn't know. So Kev said this morning he wasn't spending any money here.
I haven't spent any yet.
No.
You're a bigger fan.
I remember playing back in the back.
An Allosaurus.
No, we're close. I only know because I've got a 5-year-old.
No, they're
Carnotaurus.
Carnosaur.
What you collect? No. These things.
Well, I don't know if that type of dinosaur is a carnosaur. Like they're all carnosaurs that have that like T-Rex form.
I don't know, you've gone deeper than me. I thought I knew something you didn't know. Now you've top trump.
I'm pretty from Dino Vantage occasions saying it. Oh, nice one. I was saying you've got some nice pieces, mate.
Theo, you're going to be getting a good price on these Mega Drive games for me then, bro, yeah?
Is this something you need? You're not buying Mega Drive today. You're look Action Force for you.
Out of the way, Kev. You're not spending any money here, mate. I don't know if I've got Quack Shot.
Everyone's got Quack Shot.
Well, not everyone's got 4,000 games like you, Kev.
I have more than 4,000.
Quack Shot.
I don't think I've got Dungeons and Dragons either.
I've got it.
Resident Evil. Do you know anything about Resident Evil toys?
No.
Do you know if there's like a documentary
There's a
or
wicked
anything?
documentary on YouTube that you should check out.
Should I put the link in the description below?
Put the link in the description
Yeah, I will
for
do,
sure.
yeah.
I don't know what guy is, but yo,
Yeah, I could do
I've
that.
got swag.
Mister, I'm not spending any money. I spent money. How much is this?
20.
20, 28 a CEX. Not bad, Kev. I'll put it in my bag for you. I'll take it home for you if you want. Put it on the shelf.
Have you not got it?
No.
Pizza.
They're not fitting on my fat head without breaking, are they?
You'll have a sty by the end of the day. Pink eye coming. Yeah, so that chap at the Mega Drive games, where Kev got his Dungeons and Dragons, I want Mega Bomberman. He wanted 20 quid. It's 20 quid at CEX. I'm not paying those prices at a toy fair when I can just use vouchers. But always good to see. Hopefully we'll see some more games along the way. Look at this.
Who's on that?
Collymore, isn't it? I thought it was Phil Babb for a second, but it's Stan. McAllister. I don't know who that is. Who's that? No, that is Ben. Let me know in the comments who this is.
I like cardboard Legos, make my own thing.
I like these, aren't they?
Yeah, mint those.
That face.
Matty Max.
Anything green, I think I'm drawn to. For my sins.
Yeah, so let me bring this like acrylic neon green stuff in. Just took it to the next level. And the C ones where it's like a shark but it's got long arms for like
I thought I'd managed to sneak off from you and found some games. And here he is. Where, mate?
You carry on with your PS.
Oh, no, hold on. Oh, come on, move on. Right, what have we got in here?
I'm filming the game so I can see the games. Big space.
Anything you need in here, Kev?
I don't know when
You told me this one, didn't you?
Yeah. You ain't played it yet.
No, I haven't. It's not like I haven't got a backlog.
Very difficult game.
Budokan.
Case is battered though.
Yeah, it's a different kind of case. It's like one of them soft clamshell ones. Is there anything I need? Blue spine. Some of them I've got on the snares. I don't need to double dip, but. I've got that Mezco gangster. Goo. Right.
Yeah, looks like
He does look like he belongs
he
to that.
would be one of the
Yeah, I get that.
I watch your channel.
Oh, appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much.
Let's collect them myself.
Oh, nice. You can be in the vlog if you want. Want to be in the vlog?
Yeah.
Retro Ghetto.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Cheers, buddy.
Little tag in the mouse still.
Yeah, minty, that's a bit new. Really nice.
Yeah, probably that one.
And if you're struggling to sell him, you do me a deal, mate.
What have we got on it?
35.
Okay, so that's my first purchase of the day. Unit 3 Collectibles, I always tend to buy something from those guys. This was something I was eyeing up at Stafford, but he did me a fantastic price. I'll show you guys when we get back what I picked up, right, so I can show you properly. But yeah, really happy with that. There's still a few more rows to go yet. Got all this still to cover, so yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised with Doncaster. It's bigger than Stafford. There's a lot of variety here. There is a lot of like trains and stuff, but there's also a lot of, you know, stuff I like, toys from my generation, right? 90s. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia on show. Speaking of which,
I had this van as a kid. At Christmas, I had that van. Memories.
Yeah, pal, you alright?
I'm alright, mate. Yeah, good.
Sure you don't want to roll, mate. 50p.
We'll pay you 50p.
you take the robot.
How much have you got on the strategy guide, mate?
50p, mate.
Yeah, nice piece, mate.
Right, so I've lost the crew. So I'm doing what I used to do as a kid in the supermarket when I lost my mum. You know, you walk down the end of the aisles, scanning. I remember spending many a supermarket trips doing this.
I'm genuinely tempted to try it because I've never tried it before.
I've not tried the blue raspberry one. I've tried. It's an ice pop. It's an ice pop.
I've never tried one, but I just genuinely wanted a drink. And now I'm seeing
YouTube
retro.
live.
Now I'm seeing retro Ghetto colours. Right, I'm calling out KSI. If he wants it. Oh dear me.
Wrestling match a bit more fun, I reckon.
Let's give it a go.
Right, taste test.
I thought they kept in us 2 tables. in
Blue
one.
Raspberry Prime. I'm down with the kids, right? Subscribe.
Don't you make me laugh.
Oh no.
They assumed it was coming.
Good.
No, it's far too sweet.
Probably not that much, but that's no.
Yeah, you're the energy drink guy. My missus calls it dad juice. You know when I make cordial, I put that little in. She calls it dad juice.
Yeah, it's in the
But that's just nah.
top. Yeah, I'll give it.
You want it? I've literally had a sip out of it. You have it, bro.
I'll give it a whirl.
It's not for me, mate. That.
How much have you got in your games, mate? You know what's funny? All the girls are wearing these now. Yeah, are they? This was the trendsetter look. That was Doncaster Toy Fair, as you can see. Huge queue to get in now. I've always been surprised by this because like the disparity between like standard entry and early bird entry is like £3 or £4. Personally, I'd rather pay that than be in this queue. But yeah, each to their own, right? But yeah, really good fair. And now we're going to head on to the next venue. So here we are in the city of Doncaster, named after the city of Don. And I mean, not really that much I can say about Doncaster other than it's a place and there's a CEX. So let's go there. essentials.
Back on it. Do you know that? And then just help it.
Well, that's the first game, man. That's my first purchase.
Oh, can I look at it?
You actually need that.
Yeah, I'm going for a full
Essential
essentials set,
full
aren't I?
essential set.
Yes.
Let me see what is it the red spiders?
Yeah, the red spines, yeah. So you've got this one here, look.
You've got sniper ghost.
I'm not sure actually, I don't think I have.
That looks better than that one you just picked up.
Yeah, do these, mate. I don't think they're up to much good. People seem to like them for some reason.
Luckily I've already got that one, I ain't paying that for it.
Not for me. There you go.
Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition.
Since that.
Need that one as well. Strange the games have decided to put upstairs in what's labelled as a movie floor. PlayStation 1, GameCube, just out on the shelf, and then they've put different things behind the glass cabinets.
The retro ghetto in his natural habitat. Loves it here. Mad for keks.
My face of the whole way around.
What you got for me anyway? You got something for me, haven't you?
Yeah. Got something for you. What's this here?
Got it out of the bag.
So our mate who used to work for Nuts magazine, he's no longer with us. Pete Cashmore gave me this ages ago because he works for Nuts magazine, but they used to get, you know, like promotional copies of stuff, and he sent me and has never opened it. So
Oh yeah.
probably got the game, but it's a promotional only copy when the game first come out. So you just couldn't get one anywhere. I've seen people grade them and things online before. But you might have got game 20 times. But
that is a wrap of the fantastic Doorway to Dorkness. Such an amazing selection in there. I'm really happy with the bits I've got. One game in particular that you just never see, and I've been after for a long time. So yeah, say goodbye to the squad, head back to the 3.0, show you guys what I've got. Okay, it's gaming night. We've reached them cold winter months where the radiator gets turned on via Bluetooth about 40 minutes before I come in. This gets laid on the leather sofa. I make sure I've got an empty bladder, a full flask of tea, and now I can choose what game I want to play. Well, that looks like game, what is it, 17 of the year? I think. Is it the end? I never know with these games. We've been caught out a few times, haven't we, guys? I don't care about the story in a shmup. Just, is it the end or not? It's the end. Okay. Really enjoyed it. Game 17 of the year. Don't get me wrong, I played it on easy mode. I always do on shmups. I always play it in the easiest settings possible because from my experience, it's never that easy. But yeah, highly recommend this one. I think it's good for newcomers of the genre. Like I say, with the difficulty settings and the ability to sort of, I think there's as many continues as you like. Yeah, it just makes it accessible for newcomers, and really enjoyed this one. Shout out to Strictly Limited for sending me this. I had a great time with it, and this is one of the few games I'll actually play again. It's not very often I finish a game and play it again, but I do think I enjoyed this one that much that I'll probably play it on a harder difficulty setting. Probably not right now though. I've got enough games in my backlog. Yeah man, game 17 of the year. Drainus. Good morning from the 3.0. So it's been a few days now since the Doncaster trip. I've been hard at work getting the Doorway to Dorkness video out, which I've got to say is genuinely one of the best videos I think I've ever put together. We had such a great day, and because there was so much fantastic footage, it kind of made my job easy, right? To really capture the vibe of the day, and I think I did that. I was sort of smiling ear to ear just putting that video together because, yeah, such a great day with the whole squad. And if you haven't, for any reason, check that video out, please do so, because yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed living it and editing it, to be honest. So yeah, that's that. I still need to show you guys the pickups from the footage that you'll have just seen. So we've got the Doncaster Toy Fair, which was really good actually. I was very pleasantly surprised. This is my first time going to that toy fair. And also the Doncaster CEX. As well as that, Kev being Kev, he bought me a whole bag of goodies. So this is all stuff that is going to help make the games room even better. We've got lights and all sorts in here, so we're going to be making a few more tweaks to the game room, hopefully on this vlog. But before I do any of that, I just want to take the time to look at this. So this is the Drainus Collectors Edition. As I say, it was sent to me by Strictly Limited. I finished this just last night. I figured there's no better time to look at a collector's edition, right, than when you've just played through the game. Otherwise, it's going to sit on the shelf, and who knows when it'll get looked at again. So there's a really nice poster in here. This is like double-sided poster, beautiful artwork. So this is the character you play as, that's the sister, that's the sort of like end boss. And again, this sort of harkens back to the origin story, I think, of which details in this. So the back of this is like a manga. I had a quick flick through this, and it's sort of, the game references like a backstory, and I think this is the backstory. I don't play shmups for the story, but it is nice to put all the pieces together. And yeah, it's really nice artwork, as you would expect with a game of this type. And there's all sorts in here. There's like this sort of all pieces together like a mobile. There's the soundtrack. Yeah, just, I think I said last night, I had a really good time with this game. And I would definitely say this entry-level shooter, it's like, it's not too easy, but equally it's very accessible. It took me a couple of goes to really get to grips with how the mechanics worked, but basically you have like almost like lives, and as you collect more of these lives, you can hold a maximum of 5. You can set your weapon to that life. So if you've got 2 lives, for example, you'll have the second weapon that's set on your inventory. I'm not probably doing the best job of explaining it, but once you pick it up and start playing, you do quickly get full comprehension of it. Like I say, it was really intuitive, and definitely one I would recommend to fans of the genre and newcomers. And there will be a link below to the Strictly Limited page where you can get this from, should you be interested in playing it. But yeah, I had a great time with it, and like I said, I think last night, one of few games that I will actually be revisiting. And yeah, I just wanted to take a look in this, because you know what it's like, guys. These things often go on your shelf, collect dust, and you never look at them again. And I figured this really was the time to appreciate everything that was in that collector's edition. But let's take a look at what I picked up in the recent Doncaster trip. Right, okay, let's take a look at what I picked up then. Starting with the Doncaster Toy Fair. Every time I go to one of these fairs recently, I feel like I'm picking something up from Unit 3 Collectibles, and I think they're based in Wolverhampton. So if you have been there, or you go in there, make sure you check them out, and let me know in the comment section your experiences of the shop, because I'd love to get to them. This is the information for them, Unit 3 Collectibles, if you're ever in that part of the country. Very nice chap. He did me a great deal. This is actually a toy I was looking at when I went to the last Stafford Toy Fair. It was a little bit out of my price range at the time, but he cut me a fantastic deal, which was great. Just a figure that's very eye-catching, and one that I'd never seen before. Never seen this in person. And this is Zangief, as you can see. Bring him close to the camera. But what's sort of special about this, it's not a standard Street Fighter figure. This is part of the X-Men versus Street Fighter toy range, I believe, which came out subsequently from the game. These came all as double packs, so you'd get one Street Fighter figure and one X-Men figure. I think this one came with Storm, maybe Gambit, can't remember, you'll be seeing on screen now. I actually have the red one, which is the more common one, right? The player 1 variant. This is the player 2 variant. I love the green. I love this shade of green. I love how this is more silk. This is more of a silk finish than the red one. The red one's more of like a standard cotton. It just seems to fit really nicely. And I'm not a massive fan of soft goods on sort of plastic toys, but I love the way that this one is quite rigid. Look, you can sort of pose this how you want. If you want to put like, you know, the outfit flicking up, it'll let you do so. And yeah, just a very, very cool figure. I love how they've like redded at his eyes as well. They really have made a lot of effort to differentiate this from the player 1 version. He does have an action feature as well. If you've got his arms up, there's like a button on the back, look. So you can press the button and there you go, doing the old Zangief slam. This was made in 1998. So yeah, Toy Biz for Capcom. So yeah, very, very happy to be adding this to my Street Fighter shelf. I've got so many Street Fighter toys now. It's one of the toy lines that I actively collect for. I am very particular when it comes to buying toys, just because I don't have enough room in here to display lots of toys, right? And I find that they're just getting in the way a bit. So yeah, Street Fighter figures are definitely one to make an exception for, but it's getting rarer that I add them to my collection because I just don't come across them. So yeah, very, very happy with that. And I say it said £35 on the ticket. He gave me for 20. So once again, massive shout out to Unit 3 Collectibles. And from there, as you've seen, we went to CEX. It was actually a good CEX. I was quite surprised. It was very busy for what was a Sunday morning. The queues were massive. I was in the queue for a long time. So had I gone at a different time and it had been less busy, I probably would have like sort of done a bit more digging and asked to see more retro and that kind of thing. But yeah, I just sort of perused the shelves and really concentrated on PlayStation 3 Essentials. So the first one I'd never even heard of. I've got no interest in it, but you know, it was a pound. I'm going for the full set of these, and that is Start the Party, which is part of the PS Move game. So yeah, that's that. The next one I think was spotted by Theo. Shout out to Theo from Slimaz TV. So this is Sniper Ghost Warrior. Again, a very reasonable £2.50. Let me know about the Sniper series. I did play one quite recently on the Xbox One. It was okay. A little bit slow for my liking, but as with a lot of these games, it does have the one shot, one kill DLC included inside. And as I say, with these, it's often on the disc as well. So yeah, that's Sniper Ghost Warrior added to the set. And the one that I was the most excited about adding to my collection, because it's a game that I really want to play. I've actually heard really good things about this, and that's Driver San Francisco. I played the original Driver back in the day on, was it the original PlayStation? Like a chipped copy, I think. And really enjoyed it, put a lot of time into it as a kid. I never played another one since, never picked up Driver on any other system since that original release. But I've heard good things about this Driver San Francisco. So this was £5. We got there, and then the guy said, we haven't got the disc. And I said, don't worry, you don't have to be an Essentials disc, just give me any disc. We haven't got it at all. I said, well, I'm glad I queued up for, you know, half an hour. I said, you're going to let me have the box though? And he said, yeah, sure. So I've got the box, I've got the manual, but sadly, no disc. Hopefully I'll be able to pick up a disc only, maybe cheaper than the £5 disc cost complete. But yeah, a little bit disappointing that I wasn't able to add the one that I really wanted to add to the Essentials set. But yeah, 3 more for the set. We did pick up quite a few at Doorway to Dorkness as well. So the Essentials set is growing nicely now. I think we're getting up towards the 40 mark. So not far off being like a quarter of the way through the Essentials set. And I almost need to slow down because I'm enjoying doing it, right? I'm not resorting to eBay or anything like that. This is generally ones that I'm finding myself. A few people have donated them and sent letters with them, which is great. But yeah, I'm certainly in no rush to get this set completed. But equally, when I see them, I have to pick them up. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. I did have some gifts as well, but I showed all those on Wednesday's video. And now it's time to dig into this bag that I got from Kev. He told me to ring him, so that's what I'm going to do now. This is just a mass of wires and notes and lights and all other stuff. So I'm going to shout Kev, and then yeah, we're making some more improvements to the room. Okay, so fresh off the phone to Kevin, and I think I've got a basic understanding of what I need to do. Obviously with Kev having a signage company, he's gone above and beyond. There's loads of stuff in here. So I just wanted to discuss with him exactly what he's put in here. I didn't have time to discuss it with him in any detail on Sunday because we were too busy game and toy hunting, which always takes precedent for both of us. But basically what I'm going to try and do is create a corner light which will go behind Master Chief. So I want the option to illuminate that area. I want a light which will be hidden right in the corner of the room, and I want to be able to illuminate it in green or any other colour that I want and have that glow coming from that back corner behind Master Chief. So what Kev has dreamed up for me is this piece of Foamex. So he's done it in a triangular shape so it will fit to the corner of the room. I'm then going to, with some self-adhesive, apply a this is like a housing for the LEDs. So that's going to go on top of the flat piece of the Foamex which sits in the corner. And then I've got this LED light strip down here which is pre-cut for me. And then all I've got to do is sort of wire this piece to a mains plug. And that's pretty much it. So even for my general lack of DIY acumen, I should be able to figure this out. So yeah, I'm going to go and hopefully not electrocute myself, get all this put together, and then hopefully next time you see me I'll have a nice illuminated Master Chief. Okay, so that's the LEDs put into the casing. The casing is self-adhesive, so that's going to go on this specially cut piece of Foamex like so, and then as you can see that's the piece that's going to sit in the corner of the room. And then I just need to put some double-sided tape on this so that can then be affixed into the corner itself. Ooh, that's satisfying. Right, okay, so my light contraption is pretty much good to go. I'm going to try and do it without moving Master Chief. Yeah, can do without having to move this whole thing, to be honest. So I'm going to try and get in behind, tear this strip off, stick it to the wall, and then wire it from this side. So we're in place. Just see it if I put the phone down here. You can't see it at all from the room, from any angle, which is what I wanted. But if we poke in, you can see it's now firmly in place in the corner of the room, running down to the floor. So I just need to get it right. Okay, so I think we're all done. We're all wired up. I've been and got batteries for this. Genuinely the first time I'm trying this, so wish me luck. Nothing's happening. Got a light on here. That was anticlimactic. Right, okay, it's actually the next day. I've spent way too long sitting about trying to get this done. We sort of did a troubleshoot of everything in here. I think maybe one of the pieces is faulty, so Kev's going to come around in a couple of days and we're going to sort it out. But yeah, I spent a lot of time wiring and rewiring in. Sadly, I won't be able to show you guys the light. I hate starting projects and not finishing them same day, as you probably know from watching the vlogs. But even though we've not been able to get that done, there are a couple of other things we need to do in here. One of which, I've got this working, and how cool does this look? It's only working temporary, it's just, you know, using the battery to my drill for now, because we're going to get this wired up properly. But this is like a coil, and I love this green. This is like perfect Xbox 360 green. Really, yeah, it just gives off a fantastic colour, a great light, and the possibilities of this are pretty much endless now as to what I can do in the room with this. I'm thinking about illuminating all in and around the 360 area. That's probably something that we'll do on next week's vlog now, once that's wired up properly. But in terms of what I can do today, I need to sort this out. So I have this constant issue at the minute, these games falling over. Even though we did the trunking hack, it's not quite supporting them the way it needs to. So we're going to sort that out real quickly, and then we're going to open some parcels. Okay, so this should be a relatively quick, easy fix. The reason this keeps falling, besides the fact that I've got too many video games, is I don't think this piece of trunking is quite tall enough, so when the pressure sits, eventually it just gives. What I have managed to do is find another piece of trunking. This one is, it's got a lot more height on it, right? So if I add this to the one that's already there, That should give me enough height. I was thinking I might put a piece up here as well, but you'd have to find quite a big piece, if not two pieces, for them to then sit low enough to meet the top of the 360 games. If the problem persists or they lean too far one way that I'm not getting the nice straight spines that I want, I will add a couple of pieces up here, but I'm hoping for now just adding this one piece on top of here will be enough to resolve my issue. Et voila. Okay, that should do the trick. And as I say, on next week's vlog, we'll look to get these lights put in. We might put them behind the games where you can't see it, but you get a nice glow coming through when it's dark in here. And yeah, that's probably where I'm going to do it. I could potentially put them behind the unit as well, or as I say, under the sofa, but we'll figure all that out next week. For now, let's open some parcels. Covered in white powder. It's from storing the trunking, honest. Right, okay, so let's get into it, shall we? Quite a few parcels I've built up, and this first one I've already opened. I just got intrigue, got the better of me earlier in the week. This was sent to me by a chap called Paul. Now, Paul owns a company called Black Country Shirts. I think it's located close by to Old School Gaming, around that area. And they print t-shirts. And Paul reached out to me, and I think he kind of said, I've kind of redesigned your logo for you. And he wanted to send me a t-shirt of it, which is great and much appreciated. There is a note in here, which I haven't yet read. Hi Callum, hope this parcel gets to you carefully. This is not only a Retro Ghetto t-shirt. Apologies that the green doesn't pop so much. We'll have a look at that in a minute. This is also a Black Country t-shirts gift set. I hope the flags are hung with pride, and if you ever want to pop into our shop when you're in the glorious Black Country at Vintage Gamer or Old School Gamer or Hidden Chest, a cup of coffee will be made for you and you can test your skills in our Asteroids arcade. From One-Eyed Paul at the Black Country t-shirt. So yeah, there you go. Thank you, One-Eyed Paul. If you're ever in that area, you need any t-shirts or anything printing, there's where you need to go, right? So what's he sent? I've got a bag. Black Country Retro Gamer tote bag. This is one of the flags he must have been talking about. Guessing that's the logo. A towel. You never have too many towels, right? Especially with a baby on the way. And a couple of spillages that happen in here, so yeah, that will be getting used. Nice one. What else is this? A tea towel. Again, never have enough things like that. I'll be cleaning up a lot of baby sick before long. Socks. Black Country socks. Hopefully I'll get to the next Black Country Games Fair and I can wear my socks with pride. So here's the main event. So this is what Paul put together for me. Yeah, nice Retro Ghetto t-shirt. I like what he's done with the logo, and this has kind of inspired me. I've been thinking maybe it's time for me to upgrade the logo, right? I sort of made that logo myself many moons ago, and yeah, I don't know if maybe it's time to sort of do a rebrand and look at redesigning the logo. Work has progressed on that behind the scenes, and I'll let you guys know as and when that comes to fruition. But let me know your thoughts on that, or if you think the OG is the best way to be, right? I know sometimes change is hard when you're so used to seeing something. But yeah, much appreciated, Paul. Thank you very much, my friend. That looks great. I'll be wearing this on a video very, very soon. Again, if you're ever in the area, make sure you go and check them out. I'll put a link to their shop in the description below. Yeah, pair of socks. Can never have too many pairs of socks, right? Okay, so we move on to this. Now, I believe the chap that reached out to me who watched the channel's name was Rich. And he said, look, I've got this Super Nintendo game. It was a game that was on my radar. I didn't know much about it, only that I didn't have it. And based on the price he offered it me for, I had a quick look at CEX. It was a very good price. So I said, yeah, no problem. Sent the money. He's sent me the game. And yeah, I was sort of just waiting for it to turn up. Now, whilst I was waiting for it to turn up, I did a bit of research. And it turns out it was a very good price that he gave me, which we'll get to shortly. Very well packaged as well, much appreciated, my friend. Whilst I'm opening this, it's a good time for me to talk about the SNES collection. We've added some real nice games recently. And guys, let me know if you're ready to see another full set update on the Super Nintendo. It's been a while since I've done a count. I don't know if we're quite halfway yet. I think we might be there or thereabouts. Halfway to the full PAL set. Let's get into this. Oh, it's in a, I think it's in a box protector. Yeah. I don't have to be as careful. Oh, it's not in a box protector. It's just in really nice condition. It's very rigid. Thankfully, I didn't cut it with a knife. I could have been a bit knife happy there, but yeah. And that game is Excalibur 2097. So this is a 1994 Japanese developed action platformer. In Japanese, the title of this game is actually Sword Maniac, which I prefer to Excalibur 2097, to be honest. I think if it was called Sword Maniac, this game probably would have been on my radar before now. Basically, you know the story. The world's economy has gone to the toilet. There's a lot of uprising. The world's collapsed. Basically, they could have called it Excalibur 2023, right? The way things are going. But yeah, it's very much an action platformer. And you actually play as a swordsman named Slash. Not the one from the Guns N' Roses, to my knowledge. And as I say, you go from sort of standard action platforming, and then the boss fights become more of a one-on-one fighter. And I think that's sort of the sort of standout feature from this game. What sets it apart from other action platformers is the sort of one-on-one fight that you get at the end of each stage. From the reviews I've looked at, apparently it's quite a generic platformer. There are better ones out there, but probably similar to a game we picked up quite recently, Time Slip. Like, just one of them action platformers that had sort of gone under my radar, but I enjoy most games within that genre, so this is one that I'll probably enjoy as well. And as I say, it's in nice condition, really nice. Let's get it open, see what we're working with. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about the flaps, because I always get quoted in the comments whenever I mention how nice the flaps are. Yeah, manual. It's a nice big thick manual actually. Game's in nice condition, box is in nice condition, and as you'll be seeing on screen now, they've clearly put a lot of effort into the artwork on this one. It actually got decent reviews as well. Super Action gave this one 82% when it was launched, and yeah, just one of them where I think at CEX this game is £68 box, but it's never in stock. The cheapest one on eBay is like £120 listed, but you always take that with a pinch of salt. But there's actually a sold listing for £95, so this game must be somewhat uncommon. There's so many games on the Super Nintendo that are still going under my radar, which is one of the things I love about this journey, right? That every time I get one of these games, I'm kind of learning about it still. At this point, I kind of thought I had a general grasp of pretty much every game on the system, but clearly not. Whilst I had seen this game and I'd heard of it, I've seen the box art, I didn't really have any idea what it was, and now I own it, I get to sort of find out for myself. And again, I want to give a massive shout out to Rich for this. He did me a fantastic price on this one, and it is much appreciated. And he knows it's going to a good home. He knows I'm a collector. He knows I'm not reselling it, and that's what this hobby's all about, right? Sort of looking after fellow collectors. And yeah, just massive shout out to Rich on that one. And this is one that hopefully, and I'm not going to say it, right? Because I think every game I pick up, I sit here and say I'm going to play it soon. There's too many games that I'm going to be playing soon. But just know it's on the list of games to play for sure. It's now on my radar, let's put it that way. Right, we'll pop that up there, ready to be inducted to the SNES wall. Right, so this is a gift from Adrian. Adrian goes by the Retro GK, the Retro Goalkeeper on Instagram, and from some of the videos I've seen, the guy's got some skills, right? If I was still playing five-a-side, I'd be recruiting him to get in goal because, yeah, he looks like a top quality keeper. He previously sent me a Blockbuster VHS, like custom cover, with the Retro Ghetto and all the lyrics to the song and everything on the back, and he just said, I'd like to send you a new one, I've improved it. I think basically what this is just a updated version of that, probably truer to the original Blockbuster. I'll be completely honest, I was more than happy with the one that I already had. I thought that was great, and I'll put these side by side now so you guys can see the difference. I think this is probably just, like I say, a little bit more true to the OG. And this one actually says the 3.0 category games room. So yeah, much appreciated. I know a couple of people have reached out to Adrian to have these sort of custom things created, so if it's something you're interested in, get at him on Instagram. But yeah, appreciate you reaching out, my friend. And that takes me to what is a CEX lottery of sorts. I know what's in here. If you watched last week's vlog, you will know that I went to CEX in Beeston. I saw a game, picked it up, intended to look it up, put it back on the shelf, forgot all about it until I got home and then checked and thought, yeah, that's the one I thought it was. That's the one I've looked at before. It's never in stock. It's very rare. Why didn't I buy it there and then? So I ended up, like, even though I traded in bang on £15 worth of games, and this game was £15, I cost myself £3 in postage by not checking whilst I was there. So let me be a lesson to everybody else out there. That game is Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus. So to my knowledge, this is Guilty Gear XX, not Guilty Gear 20 as in the Roman numerals, but my knowledge on this series is not vast. This is a 2D fighting series known for its fast-paced fighting, beautiful art style and heavy metal music inspired characters. From what I understand, this is a very convoluted series of games. Think similar to like Kingdom Hearts. There's so many different spin-offs of different games, and I looked it up, right? There's like Guilty Gear XXX Plus. This is XX Accent Core Plus, and yeah, by all accounts, this is a rare game. It's never in stock at CEX. They've got it massively underpriced at just £15, as I say. The cheapest one listed on eBay right now is £15. And this was actually ranked 13th on, I think it was a top 20 rarest Wii games list that I was looking at. So yeah, it was a no-brainer for me that I was always going to pick this up. It's worth considerably more. It's a rare game. I love 2D games. I like one-on-one fighters. So yeah, put all that together, and there's no way I was going to let this sit on the shelf at Beeston. At least not intentionally. The disc, sorry, looks fine. And as I say, it's a franchise which is known for its artwork, and you can see an example of that there. And yeah, I don't really know what more I can tell you about this. From what I understand, it's just a revised version of the original Guilty Gear XX that was released for the Wii, the more common version. You know, better balance. Often these sort of one-on-one fighters, over time, certain characters become unbalanced and people sort of tend to play with one over another. I think there's more characters added. From what I understand, this game's got a really in-depth sort of story mode, and it has different branching paths and different story based on which character you play with. And yeah, just one I am genuinely looking forward to playing. I think this game is quite rare because, as I say, there's so many variants of this one game. It was on various different systems, I think including the PlayStation 2, and it doesn't lend itself to the Wii remote or anything like that, so you're better off to play with like a Pro controller. So for all those reasons, I just don't think it's sold very well on the Nintendo Wii, and yeah, hence its rarity. But I'm very happy to add this one to my collection. And I've been thinking a lot lately about the Nintendo Wii. There's so many games that like are on that backlog. The main one that I keep thinking about I need to play is Super Punch-Out. That was a game that we bought a couple of months ago now, and I just haven't got around to playing it. You've got to be in the mood to play Wii games, right? It's not every night I come on here and I think, oh yeah, I want to jump around the room, get a sweat on. But when the time's right, I definitely need to delve into my Wii library, because there's a few games, including this one, that I really need to put some time into. And I think, hopefully, I'm going to get a time to play some games tonight. I've got to do some pumpkin carving with the family, and then there's a Super Nintendo game I want to get started on. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing that. But yeah, man, that's everything. Shout out to everybody that hooked me up and sent me some of this stuff. Much appreciated, and I'll check in with you guys later. Okay, so family pumpkin carving's done. Guess which one I made. Okay, so just got finished watching the latest Slime Ass video. Go check it out. I'm in it. It's a great video, as you would expect from Theo. And I thought, you know what? I've played quite a lot of smaller games recently. You guys know I enjoy games which I can get through relatively quick. We just finished Drainus, but I wanted a game I can get my teeth into, and I've been wanting to play this for some time now. Terra Enigma. This is an expensive game, so you know, often when you spend a lot of money on a game, it kind of gives you that impetus to play it. And yeah, it's just like a 16-bit game that I know that I get pulled into the story of, and I'm in the mood for this kind of game right now. And right now I just want to kick back for a couple of hours and get lost in a 16-bit world. Okay, so it's the next day. I put a couple of hours into Terra Enigma last night, and you know when you have that kind of like initial playthrough where you're just kind of getting grips to how it works, the mechanics of the game. You kind of like have that feeling out period, right? Well, that's kind of what last night was, and I feel like my next playthrough is going to be like really getting started into the game itself. Now I kind of understand the mechanics. I've got myself a weapon, and yeah, as you can see, that's what I'm going to be doing very shortly. Yeah, really excited to jump into it and get into this game properly. But I have had something arrive in the post I just want to show you guys. I mean, it's nothing you haven't seen before at this point, right? It's the first time I've managed to find a decent price one on eBay. We have got another Roman minifigure for the army. Speaking of which, I promised Little Man I would show you guys his setup. He's been hard at work in here arranging my army, so yeah, shout out to Little Man for that. And I think that's going to do it for this week's Ghetto vlog. I always seem to say what a week, right? I've just been blessed with some great weeks this year, but this past weekend, man, just, yeah, it's what it was all about, right? Going hunting, the toy fair, doorway to Dorkness, going out with the good friends, and shout out to everybody that helped make that a great day. And of course, keep it locked to the channel because there will be more game hunting, more game room improving, and all the other good stuff that we do here at the Retro Ghetto on next week's vlog. As always, thank you very much for watching. Play your games, keep it retro. I'm going to see you all real soon. Take care in a bit.
Retro Ghetto.